Welcome to Aaron Plays. This will be episode 15 of my Fire in the Lake playthrough, with me playing as the US and the other three factions being played by the Tru'ng expansion bots. In the prior video, it seemed like I didn't really have much to do. It was the bots either playing events or playing rather poorly, I would have say, maybe due to their finances, some ops and special activities. Die rolls didn't help them at all either. And the previous video was quite short because it looks like I'm going to be having first option on this card, and I wanted to go through it, and it would probably take a bit more because I'm actually getting to play. I'm first eligible on this card, the Cambodian Civil War, but I do need to do a first check because the other nation eligible is the NVA, and I need to check this stage here. Any eligible non-player faction can play its pivotal event, and current event is not critical, and 1d6 equals the number of cards in the NV leader box. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the the NVA. Okay, so Easter Offensive. Play of 2+ cards in RVN leader box. We know there is that, and more NVA troops than US troops on the map. Okay, and that is the case. There are currently, they have a total of 40 troops. There's 7 left here, so there must be on the map 33. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 troops on the map. So for that Easter Offensive, that is now applicable. Okay, so going back onto this, any eligible non-player faction, they are eligible because their marker is here, so they are eligible. Can play its pivotal event, and the current event is not critical. Right, so let's have a look at the current event for them. So it's Cambodian Civil War, event number 60, card number 62. So look at card 62. Okay, down here. It's got a P under the NVA, so it's not critical, it's a performed card. Okay. Going back on the is not critical, and 1d6 is less than the number of cards in the RVN leader box. Okay, so there are 2 cards in the RVN leader box at the present moment. Yeah, you got the 2 coups. So the die roll on a d6, if it's less than that number, so in other words, if they roll a 1, they will play the Easter Offensive card. It's a 4. So they won't play their pivotal event. So we go back to the sequence on that card. Yes, I know it took a bit of time explaining that. I just want to make sure we're totally clear as and when these pivotal cards can be played. Currently, the Viet Cong and the RVN are not eligible, so therefore they couldn't play. Even if all the text on the card was doable, they still would not be able to play their pivotal event because they're not currently eligible. Okay, so at least I know it's up to me now what I actually do. So let's have a look at this card, Cambodian Civil War. Okay, US free airlifts into and US or RVN free sweeps within Cambodia. Remove 2 NVA VC bases from Cambodia. Okay, that's not too bad, but do I really want to go into Cambodia? breaking the parrot's beak could be useful. But they haven't got really any guerrillas here, so I would take out the 2 bases. Yeah, that could be useful. Take out the 2 bases. It says free airlift, so that's Laos anyway, so I can't do anything there. So it's all in Cambodia. Okay, so is that actually worth going in there, sending troops in? I'm not actually getting a free assault, I'm getting a free sweep. Now, they have quite a few guerrillas that could be useful as well, but I'm not really, apart from the 2 bases, which will hurt them on the victory point track, and potentially take them a bit of time to establish, because to build bases, you need guerrillas. They've only got 1 guerrilla here, so they'd have to perform a rally action. So it would slow them down. So, yes. What's the alternative on that card? If they get the NVA places a total of 12 NVA troops and guerrillas in Cambodia. So they'll probably use the place routine and place through here. So it allows them to, and that's free troops. It's not, as I've got 7 troops, it'll probably be 6 troops and 6 guerrillas spread out, maybe between that. So if I do an op and special activity, they'll probably take that event because placing new stuff, and it was like placing new stuff. So the downside of me not taking the event, if I do an op and special activity, would mean I'd have to do something interesting and useful, because that's the consequences of me not doing it. Fascinating. What decision to make? So what ops can I do? Well, I could train. That'll bring some more Arvin onto the board. But they've been a bit nasty to me lately, so why should I do that? The options are, how do I win the game? Is making the people love me. I have got these positions here to swing a bit more my way. I've got quite a few areas here with passive support. With a train activity, I can get those to active support. Because I do have police and troops. But again, I've got a large force here. It's just sitting. But they can't, you see, you can't move in and attack. You've got to be in the space to attack. So what other options have I got? So a train will allow me to only pacify 1 or 2, 1 space. Patrol allows me to clear the lines of communication. Really, they've only got 2 pieces on line of communication, so that's not going to help too much. Sweep will only allow me to again, there's not many VC guerrillas. I've given the VC a good kicking. They're quite weak at the present. I think my main threat at the present moment is the NVA. So ideally, I would like to do an assault here and some form of assault here. So I've got these troops. Now, again, going back on what I said about that card, if I play the event, I could hit hard here. Well, I say hit hard, I could move in there and take out the 2 bases. Stop them playing the event. If I do come in here, I have to also get out quick before the next coup. So if I do an assault with an airlift, I could bring these troops in here. In an assault, You see, I wouldn't get to the bases because of that one gorilla. And then they just build back straight back up again. Decisions. I've got could hurt this, could airlift into here and hurt this. Everywhere else they've got a base, they have at least one gorilla who I would have to scout out. However, taking out their troops does curtail their offensive capability. So any 4 spaces. So it's a what not without a base, it's a 1-for-1 for me. So if they've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, I need to send in 9 troops to take out those 9 troops. 3, 6, 7, 8. Is there any capabilities that stop that? No. Three, 6, 7, 8. With an airlift. So I've put those 2 places there. But then I really don't have enough troops here. Because with the airlift, I would only be able to move from 4 spaces in total. So if I make this a place to arrive, there's 2 here. I mean, I could probably get another 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And assaults in the mountain is 1 for every 2. So to take these guys out, I would need a total of 16 pieces. Now, the Arvin base isn't helping me here. It's got to be a US base. Oh dear, I feel like I'm pontificating here. What to actually do? I don't think I could take that out. Unless I lift everybody here and leave the parrot's beak. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'd still need another 6 pieces from 2 areas to airlift. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'd give me 14. I'd be able to take out 7 of them. Right, there are Arvin troops. Can they be brought into the assault? In one of the spaces, if desired, pay to add Arvin assault. Ah. And Arvin assault, there's a base there. In each space, remove 1 active enemy piece for 2 Arvin troops in jungle or lowland, or 2 Arvin troops in a highland. 3 Arvin troops in a highland. So those 3 Arvin troops can get rid of that last one. Okay. So that would be using my Opera special activity. Is there anywhere else I can assault? Looking over the map. No, can't even get to these guys, but that doesn't matter. So that's the plan. Curtail that invasion. So we're playing an op plus special activity. Special activity is an airlift. So from here, into here. Okay, the rules on the airlift Mass troops quickly for an operation. Can accompany any op. Location any 4 spaces. So I can move the troops amongst any 4 spaces. The procedure: redistribute any US troops and up to 4 irregulars, rangers, or ARVN troops among the selected spaces. Okay, interesting that last part. There's no ARVN here. All right. Okay, so that's a 2. Is there another big area? Hoi. Up to 4 ARVN pieces. So we could bring 2 US troops from here, but from Hoi we could bring more. Anywhere else. Okay. Because at the end of the day, I need to take that all out. So I need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 points worth of attack capability. US are 1 for 2. So every 2 I send up there will take out 1. And every 3 arming troops in there will take out 1. I do want to maintain control here. Right, so Hoi will be the 3rd place. And okay, so let's move the 2 US troops here. 1, 2, and 2 halving cubes. We're allowed to move 4 of these in total. Right, and we're actually going to move one of these down between the areas, so it'll bring a halving cube down to here. Move all these US troops. So the amount that I can move is irrelevant. All right. So now, okay. Now I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Please aren't going to help. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 12 US troops there. So far we can take out 6 of those pieces. And there are 4 ARVN cubes, of which we've moved 2 so far. Can move a total of 4. Okay, well, we've still got 1 area we can use. So they can take out 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. Take out 6. That'll take out the 7th. So we need to take out, so we need 2 more US troops or 2 more ARVN cubes, and we've still got 1 space we can travel to and from. And there's still 2 ARVN cubes we can move if necessary. So I'm not going to take them from here. Saigon. That will leave it a bit weak. I don't really want to take it from here. So yeah, it looks like Saigon will be the last position. I'll take these. See there. So that's a total of 4 ARVN cubes moved. gives a strength of the army of 6. Okay, so I will now pay for the Arvin assault, which will cost 3 resources. There they are. 1, 2, 3. Which will get them to cause 2 casualties. 1, 2. And then my 12 US pieces will cause the other 6. So effectively dealt with that invasion by amassing everything I pretty much have in Bindin. Swings it back to coin control and knocks it off from NBA control. Was that the perfect play? Not really, but I think that was the best option I had in the limited choices I could. Going into Cambodia, yeah, it sounded probably quite good. Take out these 2 bases, then they'd have trouble to reinforce. But the downside is I don't know when the next coup card's going to be. Hopefully quite distance, but even so, I have to get those troops out of Cambodia quickly, because if the coup occurs, they would have gone out of play, which would have been devastating. So that's my thought process behind that card. So I will end faction play on that. And we move over to what the NBA response is going to be. So looking at this, so active faction will be first eligible in upcoming critical events. On the upcoming card, they will not be the first eligible because the VC will be eligible on that card, so they're not going to pass. First eligible chose Op and SA, which I did. And event is performed. It was performed. Go back through that. Card number 62. Card number 62 is a performed card for them. So first eligible chose Op and SA, and event is performed or critical and effective. So what makes it effective? Shaded or non-dual, it's not an momentum event. Enemy pieces to out of play, flips NVA grids to underground, gain NVA pieces or NVA tunnel to the map. I think that one gave them troops to the map. NVA places a total of 12 NVA troops and guerrillas in Cambodia. So yes, they will play the event because they're gaining stuff. Now, I could have avoided them getting the event if I'd done op only. But op only, I wouldn't be able to do the airlift. I find the airlift quite powerful for the US, especially if you can keep a concentrated group. But if you're concentrated, the downside is, well, you can see, the countryside is almost devoid. We're holding Tain in with a regiment of Arvin troops, and that's it. So, however, and there's more guerrillas on the way. They get to place, was it the total of troops and guerrillas in Cambodia? So I'll just see how they will place those now. Okay, so following the instructions on this card, it says the NVA to place a total of 12 NVA troops and guerrillas in Cambodia. Okay, so following what's written on this card, you've got peace priorities, okay? And on this line here, read top down and left to right to remove, replace, or activate enemy pieces, and place or move friendly pieces. So they're reading from top, down, left the right because they're placing pieces. So going top down, the first thing that happens is cubes. So NBA cubes there, so they will place the 7 NBA. So if there'd been 12 available, in fact there are 15 because obviously I've hurt them, haven't I? So there's 15 NBA troops available. All will now be placed because they place. Click the wrong one. They place troops before guerrillas. Top down, left, right. So if there'd only been the original 7 in there, they would have then placed the other 5 guerrillas. But as they have now 15, they will place. So now we have to determine where they will place them. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces in Cambodia. This I'll need to determine using this chart, which I'll just zoom in on. Okay, so placing NVA troops. Set your province with most NVA guerrillas. Okay, well, there's of those 4 spaces, only 1 has a guerrilla. That's the first priority and bases. So looks like they're not going to spread them out among the areas. They will be placing them all 12 at the Parrot's Beak. Out. So I can do draw multiple, click 12, okay, and drag down to the Parrot's Beak. Oh. I've wiped out 1 invasion force, but now they have an even bigger one, the Parrot's Beak. The Tru'ng garrison feel a little bit lonely out there now. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, well that will conclude the play of that card. So, in faction play, in card play, and draw a new card. Okay, so what we've got here, VC and Arvin. Right, well, I think I'm going to call it the end for this video. So I hope you've enjoyed what you've been watching. If so, click the like button. It all helps. Every like I get all helps. Raises attention of my channel, which will get other people to watch, give me more comments, etc., etc. If you haven't done so already, and you do enjoy what you're watching, please subscribe, because again, that helps me too. Okay. But apparently the most important thing is comments. You know, even just a few words like, yeah, I like that one, or I didn't like that, why you liked it, what you learned from it or unlearned from it, or have I made mistakes, anything, just a comment, you know, a few words, be much appreciated. So until next time, bye.